Hey guys, how you doing? It's Ron from ATSstats.com with your free preview prediction for CFL week number 18 of the Canadian Football League. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. If you need more Canadian Football League stats and trends, make sure to check out the home of the Raymond Report right here at ATSstats.com. Speaking of stats and trends of the Canadian Football League, let's take a look at our power ratings going into week number 18. And what I do is I'm a strength of schedule type power rating handicapper, and looking at some of the numbers here going into week number 18. I got the BC Lions at 48 on the power rating, Calgary at 42, Edmonton 43, Hamilton at 46, and looking at the Montreal Alouettes, number 1 at 62, 53 for the Ottawa Red Blacks, 51 for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, 52 for the Toronto Argonauts, and then I got Winnipeg at 53. But when you look at the last 7 games and then you compare it, so what I track is I track the first 3 games, or last 3 games, the last 7 games, and what I gave you was the season. And if you track the last 3, it gives you a little bit of idea which team is, what stock is climbing and what stock is going down. And when you look at BC, last 3 games, it's higher than the season average. It's at 53. I got Calgary at 25, so their stock is plummeting. And then I got Edmonton. Right, Edmonton had that great little run, and then ran into a buzzsaw there with, Winnipeg. And then I think it was Winnipeg, right? The last game was Winnipeg and Edmonton, and last 2 games. Yeah, if you have a good little run, the last 2 games you want to face is the Edmonton Winnipeg Blue Bombers, right? But that's what happened. So a little bit of a hiccup there. They're 1-2 last 3. Hamilton 67. Hey, since Chris Jones has been there as the DC, Hamilton, being from Ottawa, we're looking outside. We're looking outside the box right now, and we're taking a look at Toronto and Hamilton because we need one more win here to secure a playoff spot. And right now, Hamilton and Toronto are going to be a problem for us here in Ottawa. And you know what? The thing is, with the good thing with the Ottawa Red Blacks is they had such a good start to the season. The last 5 games have been questionable. We just need Hamilton to lose 1 game, and then we're in the playoffs. But as a professional handicapper here, I got to keep it professional. And so 67 is the power rating here on Hamilton. I got 46. So Hamilton's the team you got to watch out for right now. Montreal struggling a bit though, 1-1-1. Had that tie in Calgary. Ottawa, 36%. Ottawa, the last 5 games have been really struggling, as Joe Namath would say, struggling. 51-50. Saskatchewan, to me, they're how they started the year is how they're playing right now. Toronto, 52-64. I'm really impressed with Dinwiddie. Ryan Dinwiddie, the head coach. This guy, all he does is prepare his team to compete each and every time they take the field. He's doing a good job. And then Winnipeg, hottest team in football right now in the Canadian Football League, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And you know what? When you look at the power rating, the last 3 games, you got the 2 hottest teams going at it this week, and that's where it takes us to week number 1 here, or week 18, game number 1. Winnipeg is 4.5-point favorite. 50 is the total. ATS forecast based on 17 previous games in the database going back to 1996. I got the Blue Bombers on the computer pick winning 28-22, the over-under at 50.97. Now, if you recall, these 2 teams played August 23rd or something like that. Let me see here. August 23rd, yeah. It was a 26-23 victory. I don't know if Chris Jones was in place at that time. I'd have to go back and see. But you know what? Hamilton's playing some really good football right now. They're 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games. 5-0 against the point spread, 4-1 to the over, while the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are 5-0. 4-1 ATS, 2-3 when it comes to the over-under. I did have the Bombers listed at 6.7 on my value index. You're getting a Walmart discount of 4.5, so nice little discount here if you like Winnipeg. And 5.2 is what I had here for the the Tiger Cats, so fair market value if you like Hamilton. 67.3% chance of winning compared to only 31.6%. And if you follow the Raymond Report, you know that it has to be at 40% for me to give it some serious consideration. And man, it's just a tough one because I really like the way Hamilton has played lately. But when you do the analytics, and I'm a fundamental handicapper, some of the fundamentals are just not adding up for me to support this Hamilton Tiger Cats. But then you're facing a team like Winnipeg is on a 7-game win streak. Hamilton's a little bit banged up. When I look at their injury report right now, Shamar Bridges looks like he's a questionable. Bell, the running back. So they're going to be missing some weapons here on offense for Hamilton. And when I look at the Winnipeg's let's go look at their last couple of games here. Saskatchewan, that's a good defense. The Green Riders there in Riderville, that's a hell of a defense they got. 35-33, 26-21 right there. And then you got 27-14 against the Edmonton Elks. and then 55-27. That's where the wheels came off for Edmonton, right? And then you look at the Hamilton Tirecats. Let's take a look at their last 5 games. A win on Labor Day against the Argonauts, 31-28, and then a 37-21. Yeah, that was a woodshed game, right? Took the Ottawa Red Blacks behind the woodshed. 37-21 was the final there. And then another close game with the Argonauts, 31, and then you got 32-29, a come from behind win last week in BC Place. So, Cinderella, the old story, right? When does the clock strike midnight? And I got a feeling it might strike midnight this was it Friday night football here in the Hammer, this October 4th. Yeah, so it looks like it's gonna be Friday night in Hamilton. But you can't keep winning these. Like, they're winning games. And if you look at the way they've won, they won by a field goal. This was a good win right there, and another field goal, right? Eventually, Lady Luck runs its course. And when I look at the Hamilton Tirecats in the last 10 head-to-head meetings against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, pretty good. 5-5 straight up, 6-4 ATS, 4-6 to the under, and that's where I'm going to lean. As much as I would love to take Hamilton here, getting 4.5 is very appealing to me. But I think it's Chris Jones' defense. And then you got the Winnipeg Blue Bombers offense coming into town, and they're scoring a lot of points lately. Look at their last 3 games. 36 points in the CFL is phenomenal, but they got to tighten it up on defense, which they have at 20.6. But Hamilton 27 points against. I'm gonna rely on Chris Jones' defense here to keep it a low scoring affair. I think you go under the total with this one here with the Tirecats and Blue Bombers, but it should be a great matchup. All right, let's go to game number 2. Only 3 games this week in the Canadian Football League, as only a little bit of a bye week for some of the teams, and that's what happens when you play in a 9-team league, right? So the BC Lions off that tough loss last week to the Hamilton Tirecats, and you know what? Since Nathan Rourke has come back, and you got Vernon Adams waiting in the wings to get back in there, he was going to be the MOP. Like, he was going to be the most outstanding player at the beginning of the year. He got injured. And then, you always say it in football, you don't lose your job because of an injury. But it kind of happened this week this year to the Lions for Vernon Adams Jr. Against Nathan Rourke. And special circumstances. I know Rourke's an ex-BC Lions. He went to the NFL, had a cup of coffee, came back, and now they're a 7.5-point favorite against a team that, the wheels have really fallen off the Stampeders. They're on a 6 ATS losing streak. Their last game, 37-29 loss to the Rough Riders. You got to ask yourself, how the hell did they tie the Alouettes? 19-19 was the final, but they're on the road, and this is a Jekyll and Hyde type team. Yeah, look at that. 0-6 on the road, 4-3 at home. This is going to be all BC Lions. Give me the Lions minus 7.5. I agree with the computer pick here. 29-20 is the final, and you can put it on the board. Yep, as the Hawk would say, right? All right, let's go to the last game of the weekend. And it'll be, I think it's a Saturday. No, it's a Saturday. Oh yeah, it's 3 Saturday games. We don't have let me see this one here. Oh, that's a Friday game, and then you got 2 Saturday games. No, wait a minute. October 4th, and then October 5th, a Sunday game. All right, a Sunday game. Is that a Sunday game here? Let me check my schedule. No, it's Saturday. Oh, you got 2 Friday night football games. Okay, I'll get my dates right. So you got 2 Friday night football games. You got Winnipeg Hamilton in the first doubleheader, and then you got the late cap. You got BC against Calgary. That's Friday night, and there you go. Edmonton and Saskatchewan on Saturday. The Green Riders, a 2.5 point road favorite, 15.5 is the total. I got the Saskatchewan Rough Riders winning this one, 28-24. The over/under at 52.8. So we do have this game going over the total. Looking at the Green Riders' last 5 games, 2-3 straight up, 3-2 against the number, 2-3 to the under. While the Edmonton Elks, 2-3, 3-2 against the point spread, 3-2 to the over/under. I did have Saskatchewan listed at minus 4.3 on my value index, and you're getting minus 2.5. So you know what? If you like Saskatchewan, don't sweat out 2.5. Take the money line at minus 133. And if you like Edmonton, looking at their chance of winnings at 46.6%, they're on a 2-game straight up and ATS losing streak. And when I look at this PVI SOS, Edmonton does not do well against teams with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage. 0-7 straight up, 1-6 against the point spread, 5-2 to the over. And when you look at the last 10 head-to-head meetings, yeah, it's all Green Riders. Look at that. 7-3. Saskatchewan is 7-3 at home, at Mosaic, or at Commonwealth Stadium against Edmonton. 4-6 against the point spread, however, and 5-5 when it comes to the over/under. But when Saskatchewan travels to Commonwealth, They do very well. 7-3 straight up, 8-1-1 against the point spread, and 6-4 to the over/under. I like Saskatchewan in this game here, but I kind of like the over a little bit better. I think you got two quarterbacks in McLeod Bethel-Thompson and Trevor Harris who can throw the rock, as they say. And I think with the weapons on both sides, I think this could be a high-scoring affair. I'm going to go over the total here in on Saturday's contest at 7 o'clock Eastern. Hopefully it's not too cold. We're getting that time of year in the Canadian Football League, October. It could get a little bit nippy out there in the west coast of Canada, in Alberta, in the prairies. So we'll see if this one is a warm one here. Hopefully it's nice football weather, because if it's cold, then it doesn't help the over. All right, there you have it. That is my previews and predictions on week number 18 of the Canadian Football League. And as always, let's cash it.